Pro-Flora Chewable is really a great option because you don't have to swallow it, you can chew it. I want to talk about Pro-Flora Chewable. And one of the reasons I created it was because there is a lot of people with autoimmunity who can't swallow. So although I love our Pro-Flora AI and Pro-Flora GI, and I definitely recommend for most people, you definitely want to rotate to probiotics. So Pro-Flora AI GI, main staple for people in our program, and for people who really want to turn around their autoimmunity is to rotate those two. Now, for people who cannot swallow, Pro-Flora Chewable is really a great option because you don't have to swallow it, you can chew it. And the other thing that's cool about it too is because it is a chewable probiotic, it stays in your mouth and around your nose, sinus, throat area. So this formula is specifically formulated not only just with the best probiotics for autoimmunity, but because people with autoimmunity have a lot of chronic sinus and dental infections, the probiotics in there are specific strains that are super helpful with dental and sinus and oral throat flora. So when you're looking at the key ingredients in here, S. boulardii is really great for pushing out some of these bad bacteria, whether it's in your throat, sinus, or in your gut. I think it's a must for people with autoimmunity. There's also Lactobacillus plantarum, Bifido infantis, several strains of the Bifidobacterium. And the reason that I really like these strains is that Bifido is really well studied and it can be very helpful with body weight. And the other thing is some of these strains are really good specifically to decrease the allergenic properties of food. So a lot of people with autoimmunity struggle with food sensitivities. And how about a probiotic to help decrease the amount of food sensitivities? How about, and that's just for everybody with autoimmunity. What if you have mast cell activation or you have histamine intolerance? Well, you definitely want to have strains of probiotics that are going to decrease allergen histamine response. Some probiotics strains are really good for that. The other thing is when you're looking at oral strains, there's some salivary strains in here. And so specifically, some of these strains orally are really great for gingivitis, for people who have bad breath, people who have stones in the back of their throat, people who have chronic sinus infection, people with a lot of dental cavities, right? So I really want to think about how are we going to support not just the infection in the gut that we're trying to prevent and autoimmune issues. How about since we're chewing it and it's sitting in your mouth and sinus for a long time, bacterial strains are specifically for that. So that's what Pro-Flora Chewable is really great for. And what I love about it is that it tastes good. Kids really like it. So it's great for children as well. If your kids can swallow, basically, if they can chew, have them chew one a day. If a kid is old enough to chew it, just go ahead and have them chew one a day. I would say if they're under 5 or so, you can do half a day, but anybody above that, they should be one a day. And adults is just one a day. Many of these other chewable probiotics are like twice a day or multiple times a day. This one is just once a day. So that's a huge savings for you there as well. So that's Pro-Flora Chewable, one of my favorite things. And I don't like to swallow. So for me, this is one of those musts.